Hello my friends, welcome back. It's Nat Walsh here with you today. I'm really honoured that you're going to spend hopefully spend a little bit of time with me today. We've got a PaperRose Trio of Trees stamp set. So it's a very fun little whimsical stamp set. We've got some Altenew embossing paste. I recently did a class on this, so I had lots of questions about colouring. So that's what we're going to do today. I just wanted it to be a very soft, little, subtle colour. So we've just got a little bit of Shabby Shutters Distress Oxides. Just going to mix that in. I do need to clean a little bit off because I need a little bit more. Because it's very, very soft, and then of course you're putting a white paste with it. So yeah, it's quite soft. But that's alright, we can deal with that. Now, I've got enough here really for 2 card panel fronts. And off camera, that's what I will do, so don't think that this is going to go to waste. So I've got a little bit of pixie spray and also the PaperRose Snowflake stencil. I've got my Make Art station. There's a pixie spray on the stencil, so what you do is you spray it a little distance away from your stencil, leave it to dry for a couple of honestly 30 seconds or so, and then it's ready to go. And it's not a matter that you get one use out of it and then you have to spray it again and over again. You'll get quite a few uses out of the pixie spray before you need to reapply some more. We're stamping that down with some Memento Tuxedo Black. I had a little gooby, I think, on my ink pad. This is where I'm going to stamp out my second set of trees, but you're not going to see that, but literally it's going to be the same color all over again. It's all good. It's all good. So obviously, because you're on my channel, I'm going to color this with Copic markers. Now I've got 2 things of colors here. So we've got a G19, G17. They're very, very, very similar. Just one's going to be a little bit softer. And then G14. And I'm going to go over this twice and just giving little flicking motions so we give our little tree a little bit of texture and a little bit of interest. The 2 Christmas trees on either side there, left and right, is going to be the same combination. And then the big Christmas tree, which is going to be our focal point. Well, sort of between the focal point between our little trees. We're going to have a slightly different color. They're not going to be quite as bright. Not quite, but still colored the same way. We're going to leave our little dots and our little hearts white for the time being. Honestly, I don't have to do that with the spots because you'll see. But the little hearts, for what I wanted, the little hearts needed to stay white. But yeah, depending on what you're going to do, it's up to you. Obviously, because if you're going to make a card, it's your card to have a play with. Just going through our little Christmas tree. So I will have a blog post linked down below so you can see more photos of this card. We're getting in the home stretch of Christmas card making. I still have not sent out a lot of my Christmas cards. I am so bad at this. Please tell me I'm not the only person that sort of makes cards and has a lot of fun with this, but then doesn't send them out. Oh, no, I send them out. I do send them out. There was only one year, a couple of years ago, that was a really difficult year that I just, can't do this. So the difference with this one, as you can see, is the G12. So it's much, much, much lighter color. It's not quite so bright, but that's, I just didn't want all my images to be exactly the same color. Pardon me. Just clearing my throat there. I wanted, I don't know, they're just so fun and they're a little whimsical with the, because they're clearly not real trees. And I just thought they were really fun little cute images. So we're getting into sort of hopefully a little bit more plain and simple, but I do have another Christmas card hopefully coming up soon that is going to go back to my colouring. that's what I want to tell you. We've got a little bit tip to tip action because you've got you've got a good 5 points between the G17 and G12. So it just needs a little bit. You touch the tip of the dark colour with the lightest colour, and that will help to give you sort of a middle of range colour between the two greens. The wood panels and the base, this is a pretty simple little colouring. E57 and E55. I just picked up a little thing on my cardstock there. What I would also suggest you do with your lightest colour and I did do this but not on the sheet that you can see, is just make sure that you wipe off the lighter colour and make sure all that darker colour is finished. So we had a red marker for our hearts. I'm going to go in with just a VersaFine. I'm really, really close. I will figure it out and I will move out. VersaFine pen, and we've got some gold. I'm going to go over this twice and you'll see it a little bit more. You can see it really quite clearly. It's not very well covered, but that's okay. It's just the pen. And honestly, I probably had it for a really, really long time. I haven't come across another one elsewhere, so this one is just making do. But once I use 2 coats, it works out brilliantly. It's nice and thick, and it's nice and solid, and it just looks beautiful. So we've trimmed all that out. This is our panel that we've got, that we've put some embossing powder over it. Trim that down with some PaperRose nesting rectangles. I wanted these to be a little bit more playful. It's going to be a little bit wonky. I've got some gold. I didn't cut this out using a die because I wanted a little bit of a thinner border. So we've just trimmed that down to be just that little bit bigger than our card panel. Mount that up with some foam. What I will tend to do is give myself, I've said it before, I'll say it again, this foam is super sticky, so once it's down, it is down. So I remove some of the backing tape and then position, so I've got 90% of it sort of all still covered. Press down on the exposed tape and then I can make sure it's not going to stick, it's not going to move anyway. The left and right little trees, as I said, they're going to be a little bit wonky because I just thought that was cute and fun. And they're going to be glued flat, and my Christmas tree in the middle is raised up. The next thing I've got is some of the crisp Christmas. I've used this a lot and there is still so much left. So it is well worth it. I think it's usually around about, I've got it in my head, $6 Aussie dollars. So, but I'm not precisely sure. So it is well, if you come across it, it is well worth your bang for your buck, because I do quite a few Christmas cards and I've still got a lot. And this has gone through classes. I've taught for classes using this paper pad on more than one occasion. And there's still so much. Yes, you can see my iPad up there. I'm sitting there watching some, I don't know what I was watching, some Netflix. The final bits and pieces we're going to do with our card, I decided I wanted a little bit of silver drops. And we're going to finish up with a little bit of stardust stickles because that's my go-to. That is my card for today. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're well. I hope you can have a little bit of time to rest and relax with coming up to this Christmas season. I've got a couple more Christmas parties to go to and then I'm done. Take care. I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for spending time with me, if I could talk.